This patio is what I am tackling this morning. The weeds have grown up through the brick, and they're like between my knee and my ankle high. They're crazy, absolutely insane. So the first thing Dan and I are going to do this morning is weed whack and move everything out of the way. Then I'm going to show you how to concoct a do-it-yourself weed killer, only for places where you are not spraying plants you want to keep. And then we will spray the first application and see how that works. And there's Miss Charlie. Good morning, Charlie. We are here at the kitchen bar counter with a curious cat, and I'm about ready to mix up a small batch of weed killer. I'm using a quart of warm water. We occasionally have Dawn dishwashing liquid here, but Salvo here in Mexico is like probably the same. I'm using Epsom salt instead of regular table salt, and I'm using, and I bought this on Amazon, again because here in Mexico some of these things are really hard to come by. 45% vinegar. Your regular household vinegar is usually only about 8%. I've tried this with table salt and regular household vinegar before, and my weeds just laugh at me. I can actually hear them. So we're going to use this today, and to start with, what I'm going to do is simply mix the Epsom salt into the warmish water and let it dissolve, and then I will be right back. Okay, it is all dissolved and blended now. Now the recipe is 1 quart of water, 1 quart of vinegar. Now this being 45%, I may cut back on that a little bit because that's like extra strong. You want to be careful of fumes there too. Don't knock yourself out. 1/4 cup of Epsom salt, 1/4 cup of dishwashing liquid. And the dishwashing liquid is specifically so that the solution will stick to the plants and not wash away as quickly, and really let the toxins in the salt and the vinegar penetrate. So I'm going to go ahead and mix those up, and then I'll show you the solution. I am sorry I don't have this set up so that it can film me while my hands are participating in the recipe. But what I have just done is added to the 1 quart of water with the Epsom salt, 1/4 of a cup of Epsom salt. I have added 1/4 of a cup of the detergent, which is what makes the water blue, and almost 1 quart of the vinegar. And it's in here, and I have mixed it up, and it will sit here now for just a bit. We have a small sprayer. This is only about 1/2 gallon now. I'm going to put it in the sprayer, and I will spray part of the patio and not part of the patio so that you can see the difference as it continues to rain and the weeds continue to grow over the next several days. Well, it is afternoon, 1 day past my first portion of the video, when I was just mixing up. Hi, Tesla. You're in my way, little girl. Okay, I sprayed a few things, like some weeds right here, and right here, around the edges, and just this section right here. And I noticeably see everything dying and turning brown. Look at it compared to this. My first application, I waited like 4 hours, 6 hours, and it did nothing. So it annoyed me, and I went in and I read some more, and what did I find? But that the salt is the main ingredient that will kill. So I doubled the amount of salt in that formula, left everything else as it was, just added that much more salt, let it dissolve, and sprayed it again. And this is what is happening from the salt. Okay, now, all around the edges, deep in those weeds, which have to be hand pulled, I have hibiscus and lemongrass and a couple of robollinis and things hiding because there's a crepe myrtle tree over there. But all of this right here is coming up through bricks. All of this. And I mean to tell you, I said it was between my knee and my ankle. No, most of this is up knee high for me. What I did so far was just use an empty spray bottle from some cleaner that I had washed out and put some of this solution in there. Did this part by hand, and it came out pretty good. I'm really kind of impressed. So I'm going to give it one more application, and then I'm going to start spraying on this. But what I'm going to do first is weed whack this. I was going to do it before I even started, but I thought, you know what? Let me see in some areas where the weeds are kind of taller if it will kill the top weeds and go down to the roots. And it appears to be doing just that. So let me go back in and check my formula, and I'll tell you exactly what my adjustments were. And then tomorrow I'm going to get this all weed whacked down and apply to all of the cracks in between the bricks and see if we can't keep this stuff so that it doesn't come up again for quite a long time. We'll give it a shot, but what a noticeable difference. I mean, you can really see the line where I sprayed. I'm impressed. Here's a weed I sprayed yesterday with the solution, with the increased amount of salt. That's what it looked like just before I sprayed it. This is less than 24 hours later. All right, well, the weed whacker just went into the shop because it's not working, but Dan started the lawnmower for me, and I was able to mow the patio, which sounds kind of silly, but that's exactly what I had to do. Now, all of this short stuff, I will spray, and it will be dead like that very shortly. Well, I got the sprayer out of the equipment shed, and now I can't get the little stinker to work because I can't get it primed. Dan has gone out to take the weed whacker into the shop, and I have to wait till he gets back. But I've got enough done so that you know that this stuff works. And I know that this stuff works. And I will continue to work on the patio and do a follow-up in another video to show you how it actually killed everything, and maybe even show you that the weeds got pulled in the ornamental garden. Who knows? Poco a poco, one step at a time, little by little. Oh, a couple things I meant to point out to you. If I said them before, I'll say them again. One, do not use this on a strongly breezy or windy day, because the salt solution will carry to things that you don't want to die, and they will. Yes, the second thing is only spray it where you want weeds to die, not where you want things to grow. You see where the lawnmower's sitting? We actually have a gravel path all the way around that, and then that way over there alongside of the house, and those are filled with weeds as well. So I will spray the gravel path, but I will not spray into the grass or into any of the gardens that hold plants that I want to keep, because they will die. So be very particular about where you use this, on the days you use this, and it needs to be a dry day. It needs to be a day where things have dried if it rained before, and where it will continue to be dry for at least 24 to 48 hours. Now, this whole thing has taken me 3 days. I started Sunday morning. This is like a little bit past Wednesday morning when I started 3 days ago. So you can see how much can get done in that period of time, and we actually had a considerable amount of rain last night. And it is almost dusk. This is the end of the day, and this is the mowing, the weed whacking, and the spraying done on the bricks. It's amazing that there were still bricks under there and the weeds didn't completely eat them. So that's all. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will show this patio again after it's all cleaned up, but I think that with a little bit of occasional continued application, we might be able to keep the weeds from ever growing like they did here before. Now that I know the solution with the extra strong salt portion really, really works. I hope you will come back for more, trying to give you as much really good information as I find, and as I learn, I share and I teach. Thank you.